Welcome everybody today to our February 2nd City Council meeting. I'm Deputy Mayor Wade Plott, filling in for Mayor Clayton as she's away on official city business today. So I'd like to call the meeting to order, and we just rise for our national anthem, please.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With flowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Sorry. Sorry, technology issues for the new chair here. So I'll just start off with our land acknowledgement. The city respectfully acknowledges the Beaver, Cree, Dene, and Métis people as the original caretakers of these lands and surrounding areas. We're grateful to live, learn, work, and play on Treaty 8 territory within Turtle Island, and acknowledge these lands have been home to diverse and sovereign First Nations and Inuit nations since time immemorial. Next, we'll look for adoption of the previous council minutes, and I'll go to Councillor O'Connor.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Plott. I'd like to move Council adopt the minutes of the City Council meeting held January 19th as presented.
Thank you for that. Please vote. And that carries. And with that, we'll move on to the adoption of the agenda. Councillor Thiessen.
Thank you very much, Deputy Mayor Plott. I would move that Council adopt the agenda as presented.
Thank you for the motion. That carries. We do have a public hearing tonight, so I'll just go to land use bylaw amendments, and I'll just look to administration to open, please. Ms. Downey.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Plott. Administration has received an application to amend the land use bylaw to rezone subject properties from commercial arterial to public service district. Northwestern Polytechnic proposes to repurpose an existing building at 10101 112th Street for post-secondary trades programming. This use would be classified as public education in the land use bylaw. The rezoning from CA commercial arterial to PS public service is required because public education is not permitted under the current zoning. The subject property is located within the Gateway Power Center, which is a multi-tenant retail area. It fronts onto 100th Avenue, a designated high visibility corridor. Medium-density residential development is located to the north, with the Richmond Industrial Park situated south of 100th Avenue. The municipal development plan includes a council policy that supports continued partnership with Northwestern Polytechnic. The Gateway Area Structure Plan identifies this area for major employment and service-oriented uses, and the proposed public service zoning is consistent with that intent. The site is currently zoned CA, which allows commercial uses along arterial roads and does not permit public education. The proposed rezoning would allow public institutional use, including post-secondary education. Administration does not identify any land use compatibility issues with this change and supports the rezoning. The proposed amendment was circulated to internal and external stakeholders. Notice of rezoning sign was placed on the subject property, and letters were mailed to adjacent property owners. Administration did not receive any comments in response to those notifications. Administration considers the proposal to be compatible with the immediate surroundings and supports the proposed rezoning, and recommends the council give 3 readings to this bylaw. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that, Ms. Downing. Questions from council? We'll start with Councillor Thiessen, please. Oh, that's in the queue from earlier. Councillor Burke.
Yeah, thanks, Chair Palat. So my question, pretty basic. It looks like they're doing some renovations or some expansion to the building. I'm just kind of curious, have we explored that there's going to be more than enough parking for students and teachers on that lot?
Thank you. Through the chair, administration has received the development permit application and reviewed it and allowed some demolition before
And that's fair.
rezoning goes through. And the analysis of the development permit is it meets all requirements for parking.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Site.
Councillor Bressie.
Great, thank you. I know that it is in the report, but just for the sake of people watching, I'm curious, what are the property tax implications if educational purposes happen in this building instead of its current commercial use?
Thank you. Again, through the chair, the assessment department has advised us that the site as it currently stands is getting $130,000 a year in property taxes.
Thank you.
Great question, Councillor Bressie. I'm just curious for administration, do we, outside of that, do we kind of keep track of those on our provincial log of how much funding we're potentially not receiving from all of the facilities that are external?
Thank you for the chair. Perhaps someone else in administration has that information.
If we do, I know we looked at it at one point, but I don't know if we traffic specifically or not. No, getting nods, so it doesn't look like it. CEO Burke?
Not specifically. That is a number we could identify, but the value would be probably a little bit difficult to determine in some of those circumstances, but not a regular thing that we track.
Well, fair enough. Not a normal scenario that would happen. Seeing no else in the clue, appreciate the introduction for that. So we'll just go to the presentation submission, and I'll just ask if anybody's here to speak in opposition of this. Oh, in support first? Sorry, my bad. In support of this. Anybody here to speak in support of this? A second time I'll ask. I'm not seeing anybody online or in chambers. And so I'll ask a third time. Anybody here to speak in support of this? Seeing nobody, I'll ask, is anybody here to speak opposed to this online or in chambers? Seeing nobody, I'll ask again, is anybody here to speak opposed to this? In opposition to this? Seeing nobody online. And a third time, is anybody here to speak in opposition to this? Seeing none, I will close the public hearing and I'll look for business arising, please. Councillor O'Connor.
Thank you, Acting Mayor, Deputy Mayor Wade Plott. I'd like to move council give second reading to Bylaw C 1260-207. Sorry. And that should have said first reading, and I got a nod from administration. That's been changed. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for the motion. No discussion or debate on the first meeting. Please vote. And that carries. So we'll go back to you, Councillor O'Connor.
Yes, I'd like to move council give second reading to Bylaw C 1260-207. And in speaking with this, it's important for us to support our Northwestern Polytech and their move to try and improve apprenticeship in the area. I think this is a huge step forward. So I ask everyone to vote in favor of this, please.
Thanks for that, Councillor O'Connor. Councillor Bressie.
Great, thank you, Deputy Mayor Plott. I will be voting in favor of this, and I certainly encourage all of my colleagues to as well. As from a land use perspective, this is certainly a compatible use. And as a community member, I'm really excited about the plans in this building. That being said, I also do think it's important to acknowledge the $130,000 of lost tax revenue the city is going to see for this. It's not a reason to vote no to this by any means, and I certainly am not upset or have hard feelings at all towards NWP for that lost tax revenue. But it is an impact on our bottom line. And I'm really excited for activity like this, like the Kent Sargent House, the Mascoma Medical Clinic, other nonprofit and government initiatives that I'm seeing in our region that really are improving the access of residents throughout the Beast Country. I'm really excited for them. But we continually see these projects happening in the city where we lose tax revenue. And on one hand, I'm really excited they're happening in the city because I want to support our residents. I want to support this. But I also do think that it is just highlighting, as a regional center, the disparity in paying for public services that our residents carry. And so I know that we've been doing some advocacy on funding for regional service hubs like the City of Grande Prairie. That's just an example of why that advocacy needs to continue and why I think that cities like Grande Prairie should be asking for increased provincial funding to operate these public services that benefit residents throughout the region. So again, certainly I'm excited about this project. I'll definitely be voting yes, but just think it's important that we're aware of the consequences on city finances as we do vote yes for this.
Okay, thanks for their comments, Councillor Bressy. Totally echo those and agree with you. I appreciate you making those. Councillor Thiessen.
Yeah, thank you very much, Deputy Mayor Palat. I totally agree with everything that's been said and the importance of this project. I look at the $130,000 as less of a hit to our tax base and more of an investment in the community. This is going to help to contribute to the offsetting of the loss of the trade use at the Fairview campus and bring more of these students in-house to our community, where hopefully they'll not only be trained here to be productive members of society through the trades, but also stay here and raise families here and do all that. So this is really, really important for these types of investments and loss of taxes. I don't even look at that. That's why we built a city, and that's why we want to be the hub, is to draw people in and to support incredible institutions like Northwest Polytech. So I don't think we're going to see a no vote here today. That's just what I'm supposing, but this is going to be really good. Thank you very much.
Thanks for that, Councillor Thiessen. Councillor O'Toole.
The individuals that live in the city of Grande Prairie do not have to travel an hour and a bit to get to Fairview to go to school. So when you implement days like we had today and the weekend, the road conditions aren't necessarily as important as they would if they were traveling great distances. As an apprentice myself at one time, I traveled, the only close place I could go to school was either Edmonton or Calgary. And some of those days that when you left, you had it all planned out and we get a snowstorm or the fog sets in or fires are around landowners. And this will reduce the impact on the apprentice travel and even allow families to stay together during the week. So I'm totally supportive of it, and all I'm going to hope for is there's more trades in the Grande Prairie area in the near future. And I'm getting the nod that they're working on it, so thank you very much.
Thanks for your comments, Councillor O'Toole. Seeing nobody else in the queue, we'll just vote on the second reading, please. And that carries. We'll go back to Councillor O'Connor.
Thank you, Chair Palat. Deputy Chair Palat, I'd like to move Council give third reading to Bylaw C1260-207, being an amendment to the Land Use Bylaw.
So just a correction on that we have to have third reading first, Councillor O'Connor. Motions for having third reading?
Okay, we'll have third reading. It's transposed in my document the other way, so.
Okay, no, fair enough. To have this to get to our third reading tonight, this has to pass unanimously, so please vote. And that carries, so we can have third reading. So Councillor O'Connor.
Yes, thank you, Deputy Mayor Palat. I'd like to move Council give third reading to Bylaw C1260-207, being an amendment to the Land Use Bylaw.
Thank you for that motion, Councillor O'Connor. See nobody in queue, please vote. And that carries. So congratulations, NWP. Looking forward to this being in our community. This is going to be a great step for our community. So congratulations. Moving on, we have no delegations, no reports or committee business. So we'll just go into our council member reports. We'll do our roundtable, and we'll start with Councillor Bressy, please.
Great, thank you, Deputy Mayor Palat. It's been a busy couple weeks for me. Council, with all of you, I spent some time doing some strategic planning and talking about what the next few years should look like. I also had a couple Alberta municipalities meetings, including one that I was excited for, along with the RMA board. We took a day of mental health training and mental wellness training, and it's training that we were kind of workshopping so that we could give some advice and then it could be tweaked to offer to councillors across the province. And I'd encourage you all to keep your eyes up for that. I know that this is a job that sometimes can take a real toll on our families and on us as individuals. And there were some good tools, some good conversations there that I think will be good for elected officials. So I hope that some of you will take advantage of that when it becomes available. A couple community things I got to go to is I got to go to the ribbon cutting for the Rotary Club of Grande Prairie's 75th anniversary, as well as the grand opening of the paddle club. And it was kind of cool in the last couple weeks to celebrate one very old and stable institution in our city and one brand new institution in our city, and one that was in the nonprofit sector and one that was in the business sector. Because I really do think that these nonprofits, these businesses are what make this community thrive. And I'm thankful for those that are starting up and those that have been here for a long time. So it's cool to go to both those ribbon cuttings. Then I also got to do my orientation for the Federation of Canadian Municipalities Board. I didn't quite realize how much I was taking on when I got appointed to that board. I knew I would be on the Rural Forum, the Prairie and Territories Caucus, obviously Committee of the Whole. I'm also on the Provincial and Territorial Association President's Committee, Northern and Remote Forum, and I got appointed to the Safety and Crime Prevention Committee and the Municipal Finance, Infrastructure, and Transportation Committee. So definitely got appointed to a lot there, but I'm looking forward to hearing what colleagues across the country are doing, and hopefully there's some good ideas from across the country I get to bring home with that. So I'm looking forward to that work.
Thanks, Councillor Bressy, and thanks for your work you're doing with AB Muni so far on our behalf. Councillor Auger.
Am I on? Thank you. I haven't really been out very much. I've been to a few things. I've been to several Rotary meetings, and I think they're trying to recruit me. I went to their 75th anniversary, and I got to do the blessings for them, so I appreciated that. And then I was invited to dinner on Friday, and yeah, I think they're trying to recruit me. Anyway, the only other thing I have is last week we were all in Edmonton doing the strategic planning. And to me, it was a great session. The way we did business, the way we talked, and the way we ended. A lot of good learnings for me too while we were there. And so I appreciated that planning session that we did. Thank you.
Thanks, Councillor Auger. Councillor Thiessen.
Thank you very much, Deputy Mayor Palat. Yeah, you know, January, Councillor Auger, can tend to be a slow period for us councillors when it comes to events and other stuff. So it's good to keep us busy. And I think probably a big reason why we take that week to go off with our corporate leadership team and the rest of council and figure out what the next 4 years is going to look like, and then update on the year over year. To that extent, I'm really grateful for the time that we got to spend together in Edmonton in planning the next 4 years together. We have most of the same team and 2 new voices, but what I was really buoyed by was the fact that Councillors Auger and Councillor Flack, they weren't just sitting there like wallflowers. You know, they were contributing vastly to the conversation, and perhaps even steering and changing some of the conversations there as well. So I really appreciated their input, and I guess kind of the juice that they added to the overall flavor of City Council. I think this next 4 years is going to be good, and I can't wait till our corporate leadership team comes back and Council can ruminate over what strategic planning means to us back then, in the day that we have it, and the 4 years going forward. So thank you also very much to our corporate leadership team for putting together a great opportunity for us to do some team bonding, some skills building, and even add to the conversation as well. This isn't just council talking. A lot of times we're working it through with administration. So thanks for everyone's contribution. Besides that, I also got to enjoy the festivities of Malenka. as well as I got to take over for Mayor Clayton in perhaps one of the most daunting Literacy Week readings I've ever had with grade 1s and 2s in Mrs. K. Chuck's class at Ivy Macklin School. Quite incredible. But when the kids are asking you questions like, how many dump trucks does the city of Grande Prairie have? It makes it hard to be able to make those concrete answers. I kind of wish I had Chief Glavin with me side by side so I could answer those and not have to refer them back to the city to get those exact answers. But I did my best, and they were a great crowd. Other than that, it's been a nice, relaxing couple of weeks, and I see my calendar is getting really busy. I imagine everyone else's is too. So next roundtable should be nice and packed with action. Kevin O'Toole, take it to you.
Go ahead, Councillor O'Toole.
Thank you very much. I bet you the parents put those kids up to those questions, right? I had a very busy week or two. My group, my Rotary group, is the one that was selling 75 years. And it was amazing to see some of the people that were members for the 50 and 60 years at the attendance and still able to attend. I also attended the introduction for boards when you apply for a board position. So that was short and sweet, but I got to meet a lot of individuals that we read their names on paper, but we never got to see them until that night. I also attended the paddle club, and great facility. I'm glad private sector is involved in some of these projects that the city is expected to be part of and build. I also attended the Rotary Club's 75th anniversary celebration, and also I attended a casino for our Rotary Club, and that was pretty much all day Friday and a good portion of Saturday. I got done just in time to go to Malanka, Ukrainian New Year's Eve celebration. So they used to ask for money every year through funding source, and we always asked for tickets, and we never be able to get them because it was sold out. So they went to a bigger venue the last couple of years, and I enjoyed every minute of the event. It's multi-age limits. Whether you're young, you were dancing, and if you were a senior, you were dancing. So that was great. And of course, they've got great food, so that was a bonus. And other than that, I went to the Strat Plan like everybody else on council did. And what else did I do? Oh yes, Business After 5 at the casino. That was one of the biggest After 5 events that I've attended in the last few years. And it was great. And that would be all I have. Other than that, I was attending my wife's side all the time. So there you go. Thank you.
For that, Councillor O'Toole. I'm just going to go online to Councillor Flack, please.
There, hopefully you guys can hear me.
Yep, good.
Very good. Yeah, thanks, Deputy Mayor Palat. January 20th, I attended Grande Prairie Regional Sport Connection Board meeting. They had a successful Try It Day with over 500 students attending their Try It Day in December. They will also be hosting the Grande Prairie Sports Excellence Awards on Friday, March 27th. The nominations for that closed last Saturday. January 22nd, I also attended ATB's second annual trivia night. It was a lot of fun, friendly competition. Thank you to ATB for having me, and I look forward to doing that again with them next year. I also attended the ribbon cutting for the paddle club. It was very well attended. Heard lots of great feedback about their facility there, and I look forward to taking you guys there and crushing you in a game of pickleball. I also attended strategic planning. We had lots of great conversation, and I look forward to the term ahead. So, that's all.
Okay, thanks for that, Councillor Flack. Councillor Berg.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Palat. Pretty much everything's been covered. I was away for the better part of, well, actually a little over a week, partly on private business for my business, and then strategic planning, which is always good. And I don't know who our current card champions are, but it is nice team bonding after we're done all the formal stuff, just to get together and visit, have some snacks, and play some cards. And beyond that, I, along with Councillor O'Connor, attended an airport meeting. We welcomed 2 new members at that meeting, Alan Ingram and Gladys Blackmore. And I think coming up in the near future, there's going to be a few announcements coming from the airport. And so that's just a few things that we're working on.
Okay, thanks, Councillor Rook. Councillor O'Connor.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Plott. Went to Malanka, really enjoyed that event. Such great talent from all ages, and you can't help but not put a tear in your eye when you watch these little children do the dancing in their costumes is tremendous. I attended the Peace Library System Executive meeting on the 24th, and that meeting went very well. Great connections throughout the whole piece. So looked at business, looked at our budget, and we're looking forward to the year coming forward. I got to spend reading to a couple of classes at Ivy Macklin School and grade 5s and 6s. And they really know how to pay it forward. They were very respectful and they listen very well. So it's always great to be motivating and reading to them. They just love it. I enjoyed strat planning and attended the 75th anniversary of the Rotary Club. A great club to have in our community. They have done so much for this community in many ways, and raising funds and having a great presence. And attended the Northwestern Alberta Foundation meeting, and that was another looking at how much money they've raised over the years is huge dollars. So great support for them as they move forward. And that's my report. Thank you.
Thanks, Councillor O'Connor. Lots of the similar events. Did an Ivy Macklin School reading again. It's always fun to go in the classrooms and see the kids. Was actually fortunate enough to have a niece in one of the classes. Took the paddle cloud opening. I wish them all the best with their new facility. It's great to have more options in the wintertime in our community. The ribbon cutting for the 75th anniversary for Rotary was always they've done so much amazing work in our community, and they continue to do so much amazing work in our community. The Chamber Mixer at the casino, as mentioned, was very well attended. Got to attend the Malanka for the first time ever, and I know a few other people mentioned it, but the food was amazing, and the little kids were just so darn cute, and yeah, a great dance for all the generations, and so I really appreciated that one. I would love to go back. Also got to attend a youth subcommittee. So some of our youth council is working off the side on an extracurricular thing, trying to put together an event in our community this summer. I don't want to share any details because it's their event to share, but always amazed by this group of young, ambitious kids in high school that are looking at planning and hosting a major event. So ambitious young group. Also got to attend Northwest Alberta Foundation's dinner, their 30th anniversary. Great event, just talking about all the amazing things they do. And a great story was told by Simon Boston, a local fellow here that was funded through the program, and just told his story about the impact it made on his life. And I just thought it was a really good message of just how those scholarships do impact lots of local people as they move on. And I also want to thank our admin for strategic planning. 3 tough days of deliberating and trying to figure out what the vision of the community is going to be. But I do appreciate that our council is doing that with our administration. And we get a lot of good feedback from our administration, and I think that's very valuable. So great feedback from our new council, and looking forward to the next 4 years of working together. And with that, I will close, and thank you for attending our meeting. And drive safe, everybody, if you're out on the roads. Take care.